season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Seahawks and the Huskies under the lights on Thursday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the final morsel in our Thanksgiving feast, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Huskies of Anchorage. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and partner, look at this Anchorage team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, even with all the... Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. This taken in at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it second down. Nine yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And bulldozing his way through. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On first down, Bonner. Hold in here, Caldwell. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance. And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I thought... And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team's going to start. They started really well. Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week. We're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
And he left North Carolina with most of his school's records, and at one point was thought to be maybe the #1 quarterback in his draft class. He does bring deceptive athleticism and plenty of upside to the table. Add some consistency, and maybe he can really unlock what he can be in the NFL.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a 2nd and short. They'll go play action. Howell. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. How about that? The defense's first sack. It doesn't come from one of the usual suspects up front. It comes from the secondary.
Yeah, I think they caught the quarterback off guard a little bit because he wasn't able to account for the possibility of that blitz and change the blocking assignments. He comes through and puts him on the ground.
They go play action with Howell. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Bonner. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Back to throw. Bonner. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. 13 yards down to the 13. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the bootleg. Bonner. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, yes, that was good pressure applied that time by the defensive unit. They forced him out wide to his left, but with nobody home, he decided to tuck it and go, and he's able to turn it into a short gain.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 2 yards still to go, 3rd down now. Looking to throw. Bonner. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short. They elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone, pushing his way through. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 6. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Powell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Powell throwing on third down here. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. It's completed to Caldwell. Room past the 35. And finally down at the 41-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off play action. Bonner. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Bonner. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. To throw again. Bonner. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. To throw on third down. Bonner. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Powell down to throw it. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
On third down, here's Walker. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
Throwing to start the drive. Bonner. Over the middle, complete. That's Young. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. 2nd down and 6 now.
Looking to throw. Bonner. He finds his man, complete. It's Caldwell. And they work this right upfield across the 45. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Throwing on 1st down. Bonner. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half.
3rd and 9 here.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, once again, happy Thanksgiving, everybody, as we'll run you through what's going on both today and later on this weekend. Some good games to look forward to in the early window, especially the one in Baltimore. A big one coming up for the Ravens, as they'll have to contend with the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Good games in the late afternoon as well, one being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the LA Rams. And then finally, we wrap up the week with a good one on Monday Night Football between the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, But that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Out quickly here to Smith and Jigba. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now to the ground. Here's Walker. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll toss this out right to Walker. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And Howell will throw it. That is caught. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this 3rd quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points and not really with a lot of hope. But with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
2 yards, good enough for a first. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. On 1st and 10, Bonner, throw left side complete. That's Hill. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Both
team's working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Caldwell. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Now they'll run it on the toss. Bust through the tackle. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Back to throw. Bonner. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Huskies are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks take back over. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. On 1st down, Howell. Outright to Smith-Njigba. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Faking the handoff, Howell. Into space at the 45. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. 2nd down and a yard. Howell. He finds Smith-Njigba. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And he's got a 1st down as he's going to be taken down. But a very nice pickup there just in front of the 2-minute warning. Here's Howell. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Howell to throw. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
It doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Off-play action. It's Howell. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming from the left hash. Should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So you knew one way or another that they needed the two scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all three timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all three timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
Holding, receiving team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Well, he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Caldwell. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. And they take a knee. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for Anchorage, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.